The Grow My Cleaning Company podcast helps owners of cleaning companies just like you to grow your company and yourself so you can make more money and finally get the time and money freedom that probably got you into this business. Discover how to automate and create systems that allow you to grow like crazy without losing control. If you dig the show and want to show some love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. It really helps. Enjoy the show. Hey, Cleaning Nation, Mike Campion here with Brian Mcwilliams. This fine young man started Cumberland Valley Cleaning Service November 2015. So we got good 7 years as we're recording this in June 2022. They serve commercial clients in Carlisle. I don't know how you put S in there, but there's no S. I don't know. I'm call me illiterate, but public school education will get you every time. Anyway, apparently they keep Carlisle in Pennsylvania these days. Brian, what's shaking, man?
Oh, not much. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Excellent. So you started 7 years ago. A lot of the guys and gals I talk to, a little newer. So I always love kind of talking to a veteran. I think anything over 5 years, we got a veteran. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about stage of business. Are you completely out of cleaning? Do you have techs? Give me some of that. Just give me a 30-second overview and then we'll jump into your question.
Sure. I started off really briefly on doing residential cleanings, exit out of that as soon as I could, with all the things that come with that, the good and bad. I started easing into commercial cleaning, and probably about within a year and a half, I had started with 5-6 accounts, and just kept them growing up until this point where I had it right around about 29 accounts.
So for commercial cleaning, that's a great little company.
Yeah, it's small, but it's provided a nice marketplace for me here. It's done very well.
Well, what's going on in your world today that hopefully I can help you make it a little bigger and help you get the life that you want?
Well, I've actually purposely, this goes against every business model. I've kind of stunted my growth some, simply based on not being able to meet the demands with a lack of employees. Like right now, I have 4 employees. I barely did any cleaning before. I still don't do a lot, but now I'm jumping in, doing some of the accounts that right now are basically unfilled, except for me doing them, which is a bit of a first.
So let me give a quick encouragement, not just to you, but to Cleaning Nation. You said something I think a lot of people feel but don't articulate, and maybe people are feeling that, and I want to articulate it for them. So,
sure.
Hey, maybe I did the wrong thing. Maybe it's not popular business, but I kind of stunted my growth on purpose. So I want to encourage you, Brian, and whoever's listening. You don't have to grow if you don't want to grow, right? So I want to encourage everybody. So like my son, I've got a 23-year-old boy. He's been not involved, but exposed to all the business I've had. No interest in entrepreneurship at all. Mm-hmm. Totally fine. Like certainly the last thing I'm going to do is push him into something he don't want to do.
Exactly.
But here's the key. And this is what I want to make sure that y'all get, Cleaning Nation. And of course, Brian, I don't think he's not doing it because he doesn't have the exposure. He doesn't have the confidence. He doesn't know he could. It's just not his bag. So what I never wanted for him was if I wanted to start my own business, I couldn't because no one would help me. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no support. God forbid that happened to my kid. Now, if he goes, I got the support, Dad. I know I could do it, but that's not my passion. All right. God bless. We're good. So I don't want to say I was with you and I wasn't again with you, but I support 1,000% any owner going, you know what? I just don't feel like growing right now. God bless. Mm-hmm. I think there's this pressure, right? Like almost with familial, if you're single, when are you going to get married? And you have married, and I'm married and I got a kid, but still once you're married, when you have kids, and it's like, it's okay to go, I don't want to be married or I don't want to have kids. Like that's fine. So I totally encourage anyone out there that's like, I just want to grow. But what I don't want to hear is I do want to grow, but it's just, I don't want the headaches associated with it. I'm afraid of cleaning more. In that case, I'm like, good, let's up our systems and have the business. So absolutely, first and foremost, we got to create a business that serves us and our goals. Mm-hmm. But if our goals are more money and we don't have more money or more impact or more, whatever it is we want, let's not be afraid of growth. So if you don't mind, let's talk about, because what you're saying, Brian, is so common, certainly nowadays. So first and foremost, I want to give you another encouragement. The good news is we've been coaching. We've been doing podcasts and we've been helping owner cleaning companies exclusively for 7 years. So years before COVID started, certainly throughout the whole COVID thing and up until and including right now. The good news is the things that we teach, and I'm going to try and condense for you today, work when there's a high labor supply, which is not now, right. And when there's a low labor supply, which is now. So the good thing is I don't want y'all to feel like there's a whole different set of rules that you have to relearn. The reality is you should have been, this is the right way to kind of build a team all the time. when labor supply is real high, you can get away with not being great at this. When labor supply is low, you can't get away no more. We're exposed. So when there's plenty of labor, I would never coach this, but if you don't mind being miserable, you can run a business with, I give you money, you shut up and clean my toilets. That's the exchange. Money, clean, money, clean. You stop cleaning, I stop paying. I stop paying, you stop cleaning. We clear? Not a great way to go. But by God, you can make it. You can make it. And I'm not. Please don't hear me, Brian, saying that's you at all.
Right? No, I get it. I get
being
it.
a little, kind of on the extreme. I don't think anyone feels that way, but that general consensus. And you couple that with the monster of I hire when I need to. Right? I got 4 guys. If somebody quits, I'll start hiring. If I get another account, I'll start hiring. Problem is, by definition, now we're always behind the 8 ball because just any common sense would go, okay, I need an employee. Now I'm going to get someone and start them in a month. They got to be ready to roll, or I got to start them tomorrow. Which scenario is going to get us an employee that's like, ever we get when I ask the question, like, well, obvious no was if we started tomorrow. Like, I'd have to get real lucky and it's probably not going to work and yada, yada, yada. And even in a month, so say we go, all right, so we get having somebody start in a month is always better than having them start tomorrow. Now, what if I could have 3 people start in a month? So the success rate, if I had to have someone start tomorrow, right? Okay, Brian, someone quit, go get a guy tomorrow, and it can't be you. The chance you even get someone low. The chance that you get someone that's any good, almost 0. The chance that you get someone good that sticks around for more than 10 seconds, 0.000 point whatever, right? It's not something we want to bet on. Now, if I said you got a month, but you can only hire 1 guy, the chance of that guy or gal working, reasonable, right? I got a whole month. I can, it's reasonable, but I wouldn't bet my house on it. That's for dag, I'm sure. Or certainly wouldn't bet my business, right? Now, a month from now, you need 1 guy. You got a month to do it. You can hire 3. And of those 3, at least one's got to be a stick. Now hopefully you're like, God, that's going to be 90, 95%. Like there's a very high chance we do that. So we get that that's the work, but what do? We don't hire anyone until we need them today, or we tell someone quits. And Brian's been around 10 seconds. Shocker. All you new folks, sit down. They don't always leave a 2-week notice when they quit in the cleaning business. Yes. The very few times they do leave a 2-week notice, what they're really saying is, I'm going to stop cleaning today, but I'd like to continue getting paid for another couple of weeks and I'll show up, but I'm not doing nothing. So we know no one's, not like Brian's going, hold on, Mike, you sound crazy. The idea of, hey, let's have a month before we hire somebody and let's hire 2 or 3 guys to get 1 good guy in the future. All makes sense. So we all get it. But then we look at our activities and it's like, well, I'm not hiring anybody until I need one. Well, how do you know you're going to need someone when you get a 1-minute notice, right? Like obviously if you get a big contract, typically that can take a month. So we get that part. But I would say us needing an employee happens 70% of the time because we lost a guy or gal or 2. Sometimes they leave in bunches, kids. Pay attention. It happens. Brian's smiling because he's like, damn it, might have left. Brian's like, yep. Like, I'm Brian. I've been in cleaning for more than 5 minutes and I've had people leave in bunches with no, I'm a recovering, hirer. So all that to say, those problems are real when the supply and demand for labor is at an equilibrium or in favor of the employer, which is, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, pre-COVID, that's kind of where we're at, right? Everyone's like, how do I get clients? How do we get clients? Now it's how do I get employees? How do we get employees? So the 2 things that we need to make sure that we're set up is 1, a system that's constantly bringing in people. Because if we know we need a month to really bring on a person, and we know that we'd like to hire 3 and pick the best 1, or God forbid 2 quit and we're left with just 1. Well, we know that that's the case. Yeah, we don't do anything hiring until someone quits. And then we hire 1 guy or gal to fill his or her shoes. And then we're shocked when that guy doesn't work out and we repeat and repeat. And it gets so hard. We're like, forget it. I'll just go clean. Right. Which is Brian. Like, I've been doing this 7 years. I shouldn't be cleaning. Come on now. I got some experience. And yet here he is with his hand in the toilet going, what happened? This isn't, how did I get here? And I don't know if you're married, but your wife's going, what are you doing? This isn't what we talked about.
Pretty much.
The plan. Like, what do you mean you're going out to clean at 8:00 at night? Yeah. This is insane. So the first thing is we need systems and processes that are thought through that match our goals, and our goals are to have cleaning. So what those are going to look like, we hire all the time. We're constantly hiring. There is no such thing as, I need a guy, so I'm going to hire now. That means you're a month late and you need 3 guys. And God forbid you try and get 3 guys tomorrow. We can barely get the 1. So if we need time and we need numbers, you got to always be hiring because you don't know when the guy's going to clean, right? So we do this weird, I can't hire. I'll take hours away from my guys, and he'll be upset. we think that's the deal we offer we should be, or we owe our people, yet they can quit tomorrow with no notice. So there's an asymmetry of fairness, of rightness, of power. We're not trying to screw somebody to do a power play, but we got to just be realistic that someone might quit tomorrow, and I need to have a plan for that. And when's the best time to buy real estate? Well, like 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Right now. So when's the best time to start your hiring process? A month before you need a dude. And if you're not getting a month notice, well, then the best time is to start it today. That's the first half. The second half is we got to get away from this time for money and get into core values, right? We got to start understanding what people are attracted to. And when here's $12 to $20, depending on what part of the country or world you're in, whatever, how you pay people is a different conversation for a different day. Here's fair pay, or maybe a little above. Clean a toilet. I promise you, no matter where you're at, there's a better job for more money the guy can get tomorrow. So another foolish thing we do, I'll just pay more. Well, here's a shocker, kids. The guy that sucks at $13 an hour also sucks at 15. Now, if you can pay $80,000 a year, maybe, I don't know. I've never tried it, but guess what? That guy's still going to get a job behind a desk doing something a little more fulfilling. So we throwing money at it ain't going to fix it. Cause then it actually makes it worse, because the initial problem is I give Brian the hi-hat. Hey, you ain't been here 3 months. I'll learn your name once you've been here a little bit, get to work, and we'll see what happens. And Brian's like, that's not what I want. And so he quits. So I go, all right, well, $15 an hour, which let's say that's average to a little better than average. I'll pay 17, then I'll get a good guy. Well, then I pay 17. I treat him even worse. You're getting $17 an hour. This is what, and guess what? It was never about the money for Brian anyway. He just quits faster so it's this nasty big funnel that goes the wrong damn way. However, if for me, it's have fun, make money, be real, help out, you got to obviously articulate your own. When I go, Brian, we have a ton of fun around here. We help out other people. We help out each other. We are super real. You don't need to wear a mask. You don't need to be fake. You just be you, man. And by God, we're going to make some money for you. We're going to make some money for the company. We're going to make some money for our clients. We're going to have fun doing it. Is that a party you want to be a part of? The right guy is going to go, oh my God, I thought I had to work at a place where they didn't get my name for the first, however long. I didn't even know this was an option. And once you create that, not only do employees go from this massive headache that we hate that drives us nuts, we actually like it. I actually enjoy seeing my people, and they actually enjoy seeing me. So they go from this headache, this necessary evil, to things that bring energy and life, and we enjoy. So you kind of go from shut up, sit down here, I'll throw some money at you, put your hand in a toilet, to I'm creating a community that you want to be a part of. So basically, believe it or not, my job and your job is the same. I create a community for owners of cleaning companies. And part of what I want you to do is look at this community. And if you feel something special about it, go, how do I create that for my people? Right. And it's not throwing more money at it. All right. That's a 2-day kind of rant, cramped down and smashed down into 10 minutes. Brian, questions, comments, root remarks?
No, I agree 100%. I think one of the reasons I was able to keep the cleaning techs that I have now for a long while is because we actually enjoy working with each other. And, our company gives back to community. We do things with the community. And, you're right. It's about treating them, your techs, with the respect that they deserve, because they work hard, they bust their ass. And so I think culture is important. I just, with the most recent applicant, somehow there was a disconnect where that it didn't seem they really cared at all about anything. And they were there a couple of weeks and then gone. So sometimes, as much as you try to create that culture and it works for most, sometimes it just doesn't work. And you're right. So that's why you have to have a continuous pool coming in of employees. And
let me reframe that a little bit. So I'm loving talking to you, Brian, because you're so representative of what's going on with, all we do all day, every day is talk to owners of cleaning companies. So you are resonating perfectly the ethos of kind of the cleaning industry as it stands today. And if you heard it baked in, I'm glad there's a recorder, right? You can listen back and go, holy crap, you ain't kidding. It was right there. There was just this loss of hope of, we got this one guy and he wasn't a fit, but I hired him anyway. All this is baked. So the problem is one guy, right? If I get one date every 10 years, I'm going to be weird on that. If I want to get married, I'm like, oh my God, all my eggs are in this bag. I'm going to freak her the hell out, right? She's going to run. If she's smart, she's going to run like heck. So we don't have enough people. We didn't have enough time. If we're running by culture, we never let them in. So the problem is, if I'm like, you can marry this one lady or nobody, my standards would be a whole lot of different than you can date as many ladies as you like. And there's a million out there. And okay, well, now that's different. So The fact that we let somebody in and go, they didn't work, that's not culture breaking. That's us not living by our own culture. So for us, whether it's a client or we have customers waving money in our face that we don't think have fun, make money, be real, or help out, and don't value those things, keep your money. We're going to pass. Certainly, if somebody wants to be part of the team, there's no universe. They'd be like, well, they're not really culture fit, but they're really good at X or whatever the job description is. They're never going to make it in. So I want to encourage everybody, don't just go, I tried the culture and sometimes it don't work. If the culture eradicates people that aren't a fit in the first place, that's it working. So working is not 100% stick rate. Working is going from maybe 30%. First of all, knowing that's the big thing. People don't understand. They think they're looking for a good cleaner or the good fit, a good person, or it really is a core values fit. So once you are clear on your core values, for us, have fun, make money, be real, and help out, you've got to go through the process of learning those and articulating them on your own. But once you can articulate it, it moves away from good guy, bad guy, because we kind of think, well, that's a bad employee. But they'll go thrive somewhere else, right? And they might go, well, they were a bad company. But you've got lots of happy employees. So that's not the truth that they're a bad employee. They're not a good fit, right? Like for us, have fun's a big thing. There might be some really professional people that would be excellent parts of our team, but we're ridiculous and are silly and sometimes curse accidentally and don't take ourselves too seriously. We're not right. They're not wrong, but we ain't going to work together. So I just want to encourage everybody, A, have enough people. That's part of the system. B, even if it's, and here's a trick. We talk about this a lot with our clients. Our goal is not to get people out of cleaning. Our goal is to get people out of cleaning forever. So most people can get out for a minute, but because they don't have a system and a process they can duplicate, they're like, I know I need exactly this many applicants to get exactly this many interviews, to get exactly this many to have this many stops and have all the sticks that we need. Then we got a system we can build. But if we don't have that flow, we got no chance. So again, if I give you 100 people, the chance that you find a good stick out of that, very, very high. If I give you 3.5, very, very low. So we can't go, well, I just had 3 people, culture didn't work. It's like, well, yeah, I guess that could be it. But that's why we talk about the systems matching up with the culture. So it really is the systems back up the culture. Without the culture, the systems aren't going to work. Without the systems, the culture certainly not going to work. And we got to make sure that culture goes all the way through, right? So the 2 mistakes people make is once they get in, there really is a culture that's strong and vibrant. We have parties and we enjoy each other. And it's not just having fun, it's sharing core values, right? But the process is so boring. Our website's boring. It doesn't reflect our culture. Our interview process is hard and frustrating, doesn't reflect our culture. So the right people are turned off and never get in, and the wrong people sneak in and they're not attracted to the culture because that's not what brought them. The flip side is we say this, we do an aspirational culture. We really want to have fun, make money, be real, and help out. That's not what we live. So it's all in our interview process. But once they come in and find the truth, so you got to make sure it's all the way through the whole thing. And by the way, guys, this is super easy to scream at poor Brian for 20 minutes on a podcast. A little harder, a little easier said than done. So I want to encourage you. All this stuff does work. It does take time. That's what we do all day, every day with our coaches. So don't beat yourself up if you're like, I tried that for 10 seconds on my own. It didn't work. It takes a little more than that, but it certainly can be done. All right. Before we wrap up, Brian, I'll give you the last words, questions, comments, again, rude remarks, any ahas you want to articulate for the group or anything I've said that sounds kind of like BS that you want to take a shot at.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're right. Having a number of people in place interviews key. Like I'm interviewing this week, and I only have 4 applicants, and you're right. The 4 might not be a fit. I might be luck out and find one out of the 4. But my question would be this: you have a couple people in the network in the bank ready to hire, but you don't have the accounts for them. And I know you talked about possibly taking hours away from other cleaning techs. I don't know how does that systematically work with having people ready to come in and you might not have the accounts set up yet.
So I'm going to give you the tactical answer to that, but the real answer is fear. We got to get over the fear. So what we're really doing is people, and I get this all the time, people come into our program, they're in the field cleaning. We help them create a system and get out. They get out and they're like, so I'll say it the way Brian said it, and then I'll say the way I hear it. And you go, oh, geez, those are different. Brian says, well, if I got people coming in, but I'm not ready for the thing and I'm constantly juggling, I can't get more employees before I get more work. I can't get more work before I get more employees. How do I dance on the head of that pin? Like, you don't, you just constantly are hiring. So that's how Brian would say it and how most of Cleaning Nation would say it. Let me rephrase it as a coach that helps people out in cleaning all the time. What I hear, what do I do, Mike, when I have too many quality employees that want in and I don't have room for them? You freaking celebrate. That's the whole point of this whole damn thing. So we can't come to the place where we're like, Mike, there's not enough people out there. No one wants to work. I'm still cleaning. It sucks. There's no people. And then we do some systems and processes and you're like, there's too many people that want into my place. This is, you got to pick your one, man. That's like going, I'm broke. I don't have the money. Can't pay bills. The bank only, insures up to $250,000. I got 10 million. What am I supposed to do? Like at some point we got to go, wait a second. That's the goal. So I'm going to answer your question tactically, but the first thing is a mindset shift. That's the whole freaking goal, right? So the goal is to have more qualified people is that the problem? That's like with marketing. If you're like, Mike, what do I do if I get way too many people that want to give me money? I can't keep up. Well, you do exactly what you've been doing. You tell some people no. That's just how it works. Right. So the good news is the fear of that happens 98% of the time. That actually playing out almost never. We start we're so fear-based. We go right to what if it's not good? What if it's no good? What if too much? Stop worrying about it is the easy version. The more specific version is just don't lie to people. So as long as you tell people the truth, you can do whatever the hell you want. Hey, Brian, love to have you. I got to be honest. We interview a lot of folks and you are one of the best. We've had 87 applicants this month. I personally talked to 12. You're the top 3. I'm really excited to have you. And here's the deal. Even though labor is scarce right now, we have a waiting list to get into our team. Yeah. I'd like to get you in. I can't guarantee any hours or I can guarantee you, once you do as good as I think you're going to do, you probably get an average of 20 hours a week. To start, we might have none. We might have 5. But if you want to be easy peasy, you can do whatever the heck you want. Just tell the people the truth. So obviously, if I'm like, Brian, I guarantee you start this job, I'll have 40 hours till every week till the day you die. Well, now you're screwed. You're a liar. Yeah. But we think that that's the assumption. This is your party. You get to set the rules. Like you don't have to give anybody anything. And people are like, everyone I talk to wants 40 hours a week. No, they don't. Maybe 70%.
They definitely don't.
Yeah, maybe 70. Yeah. And even the ones that say they do, 90% of those give them 40 hours, see what happens. They'll break and cry and run away. So the ones that say they do, don't, they just don't know it. But let's just say they're all the truth and they're all perfect and they all need it. Great. If 70% of the people you talk to actually need 40 hours, well, how many people do you need? And most of the time someone's answer will be like 3, 2. Okay. So if you talk to 50 people, I'll do 100 because I can't do math, and 70 say they need whatever, that leaves 30. Of the 30 remaining, do you think you know what I'm saying? We make up this stuff. Everybody wants, no, they don't. Everyone's going to be mad if I don't get, no, they aren't. So most of the time it's fear. We're not used to we're so used to bending our worlds and our life to meet our employees' demands. We're whipped. The employees are running this out. Oh God, I can't not give enough hours. He'll quit. Well, if I don't have a system that brings me all the qualified labor I need in the world, I guess I better worry about that. But if I have a system in a community that more people want into, that's like going, I'm starting a nightclub and I'm really good at marketing. What's going to happen when there's a line around the block and people drive by and see there's a line? What do you mean? They're going to get in the line and go, holy shit, this place is better than I thought. It's exactly what we're looking for. So I want to encourage everybody, not just poor Brian, who I'm screaming at. He comes in a guest, I'm yelling at him. It's like, I just wanted to help. We got to wrap our minds away from we're dancing. Too many employees bad, too many customers. But no, it's not that. We want to have a constant flow of qualified leads coming in for customers. And guess what? Nothing's going to make them want it more. If you're like, Brian, I got to tell you, we have 6 very qualified people that want in for our services this month. We only take on 50,000 square feet or whatever your standard is per month. I'll call you back next month. If you have to get somewhere else, I know. You think that's going to make the guy think you're terrible or amazing? Same thing. We've only got 2 spots. You're number 3. We can have you a floater. Someone calls in. You think that's going to make them think less of you or more? Like it's just how you frame it. So many of these things we frame it a certain way and then we can't get out of it. All right. Cleaning Nation, if this has been a bit of drinking from a fire hose, like I like this concept, but I'm confused as all get out. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com. You can get all the information you need there. I would start with, actually, if you wait till the outro, there's a number you can text me. The one place you can get me that goes directly to me, not through my staff. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but if you wait till the outro, it's there. Also, growmycleaningcompany.com, 800 podcasts, rants, videos, blogs, all that sort of stuff, 15,000 member Facebook group. But I would start with the free on-demand training. It's the best that we've got. It's like 40 minutes, 5 steps you need. Check it out now. See you there. Well, here we are, the end of the podcast, and you made it. Great job. I've got a little bonus for you for sticking through with me, but like I mentioned before, if you got value out of this podcast and you want to show a little love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever the heck you're listening to this thing. Share with a friend, share the love. And as a special thank you for those of you that stuck with me to the end, how about I give you my personal phone number so we can text? It's a great way for me to get to know you, your business, your goals personally. So shoot me a text now, 602-932-6431. 602-932-6431. I am the only one who responds to these texts, and I will personally respond to everyone I possibly can as long as this number is manned. Don't know how long we're going to keep this at the end of the podcast, so grab it now. 602-932-6431. Give me a text. Say hey. Can't wait to meet you.